Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today, if you can't already tell by the title, I'm going to share a story of mine that hopefully will help you or anybody in your family or anybody you know. I've been wanting to share my story dealing with domestic violence for a long time, but I felt like I was in denial of the things that has happened to me in the past, and I wasn't fully accepting what has happened. Like, it's reality and I can't change it. So I'm finally at that place where I can sit behind this camera and actually talk about everything that has happened and transpired, and hopefully this will help somebody. So let's get right into it. So I don't know how I really want to structure this video. I don't know if I just want to tell you guys stories or what, but I guess we'll just see how this goes. This is like my 10th try on this video. I just keep getting just stuck. Like, I thought it would be way easier than what it really is, but it's really not. So let's just get into it. I have been in 2 different abusive relationships, and the first one was when I was 17 years old, and the second one was from 20 to 23 years old. I thought that my 17-year experience was like, it couldn't get no worse than it, but my second situation was way worse. So the first situation when I was 17, me and this guy wasn't together for long, but we were friends before we started dating. One thing that I can say to everybody, if a guy does something to you to make your antennas go up, just cut all communication. It's always signs before abuse. So always believe when you see, believe and leave, and communicate with somebody. Let somebody know that these things is happening to you, because guys will lie dead in your face and say that they never hit you, never did nothing. So I would just say talk to somebody to let it out, because this can really affect you longevity. And I feel like this is what's holding me back. Like, I really have trust issues. I don't believe nothing nobody say. I don't really feel like when guys tell me they love me, I don't feel like it's real. It really goes in one ear out the other. So if you're going through domestic violence or have been in a domestic violence situation, make sure you talk to somebody, because you will never get past that if you don't talk about it. You really have to talk about it. So I'm just going to share some memories, which I really don't want to remember, but I feel like people need to know that these things are happening and how to go about it and stuff like that. So my 17-year-old situation, he definitely showed me before we put time in. He showed me like he was abusive a little bit, but I didn't think of it that way for some reason. I was like really stupid. I won't even call myself stupid, because I was young. I didn't know, like, that's not normal for a guy to beat you or whatever like that. So when he showed me his true colors, I didn't believe him the first time. And the first experience that we had, we was just in the car, and this is when Lil Wayne was like really popping, and he had, I think it was the Comfortable song, and he basically was singing the Comfortable song to me, but he like gripped my head up like really hard. And in my head, you want to know how I processed that whole situation? He didn't grip me like that hard. Like, when I think about everything that transpired, I really allowed these things to happen to myself, and I don't want to hate myself for it, but I blame myself for putting myself in these situations, just because, like, you didn't have to talk to these guys. Like, oh my God, I'm about to cry. I don't want to cry. Anyway, we kind of blame ourselves for these type of situations, and I hate to blame myself, but I really do blame myself, because it was my decision to bring these people in my life. But I don't know. Anyway, let's move on. So when he did that, I really didn't think of anything like that serious, but then something like horrible happened, and it was just like, this probably legit was the worst day of my life, because I never had somebody that I loved so much hurt me mentally, physically, emotionally, everything. I never had like my whole spirit broken, and he definitely broke my spirit. So I used to do so let me just describe our relationship. Our relationship was like a fatal attraction type of thing. Very possessive, very controlling. It was just all this drama. It was just a lot going on. He basically was accusing me of things a lot, but had a baby on me. Like was cheating on me basically the whole time, but was pushing it on me as though I was the one that was doing wrong. It was just so much. It was just so much drama. It was so stressful at 17 years old. Anywho, one day he told me anything he said I did. Like, I don't know why. I was really in love with this boy. I was just stuck. So one day he told me to cut school, and of course I did. I go to his house. For some reason he goes through my phone, and he doesn't like a text message or something. So he decides to throw my phone against the wall. My phone breaks, and we end up getting into like a very physical altercation, to the point where he punched me in my face, and basically like his house had carpet at that point, and just imagine like somebody running in the carpet and somebody like grab you from like I feel like he grabbed me from my feet. Like, I don't know if I'm telling this was like, this is a long ways time ago, so I don't want to give you a false information, but I just know that it was like a movie in that house, like chasing back and forth, swinging. It was just a lot going on. Anyway, I end up trying to leave, and he basically wouldn't let me leave. And he calls my mom and tells her that I cut school. He tells her all these crazy stories, just making me seem like I was the worst like daughter to have ever. And when I got home, of course I got on punishment, but I wasn't gonna tell my mom about the whole physical situation. But I just felt as though since he wanted to call her and tell her stuff, then hey, it is what it is. She ended up calling the cops, and I had to get a restraining order against him and everything. But it didn't end there. This is why I called this relationship a fatal attraction type of situation. Just because after that, he stalked me, like text messages every day, phone calls every day. He really was like pursuing, trying. And I told you guys I was naive. Of course I fell into that trap, and I started talking to him again. Of course it was behind my parents' back, because I wasn't allowed to talk to him anymore, and I had that restraining order, so I wasn't allowed to talk to him, but I was. We end up, I don't think we ever got back together, but we were like really seriously talking still. He never had the opportunity to put his hands on, actually I'm lying, if you watched my Storytime, where I say I got jumped by my ex or whatever, this is the guy from that Storytime. So I did end up fighting him again with a girl. So if you want to watch that story time, I'll have that in the link below. But I told you guys it was a lot of drama with this relationship. It was very toxic. I even went as far as, this happened when I was 17. I went away to school. I went away to college, and his dad used to pick me up. He got locked up, you guys. I used to talk to him on the phone. This is after all the abuse things, like, and I'm not telling you all the stories and stuff like that, of course, that happened, because that's just too much. And you already saying, like, I done broke down, I don't feel like doing that anymore. But it was multiple situations where, as though, like for instance, we was on a highway one time, and he basically was like, I would take my life and your life, and like was swerving on the highway and stuff like that. Like, it's like it was just little stuff like that oh, I don't know. But anyway, he got locked up, and his dad used to come pick me up from school and take me to go see him at jail. That's how naive, and that's how fatal attraction is, and how manipulative he was to me. He was that was a great word. Our relationship was very, very manipulative. Did I say that right? I think so. Anyway, it was very manipulative. Like, he always knew how. Like, I was wrapped around his whole finger. He knew exactly what to say, what to do. He knew me in and out. It was really, really crazy. Very scary. I don't wish that type of love, if there was love, because it could have been lust, you know what I mean? I don't wish that on nobody. I don't wish no females to go through this shit. Nothing. I'm done with him, because I'm done with him. Like, if I never even told my parents, they probably, my mom won't know until she see this video that his dad used to pick me up and stuff like that. Like, he really had me wrapped around his finger. It's really, really sad. But I moved on. I'm getting past stuff, like, you know what I mean? So I'm done with the 17 situation. Let's move on to more adult life. So my second abusive situation was the longest relationship I've ever been in, and it was the most, like, it was the most emotional roller coaster I've ever been on in my life. I'm so disgusted. I'm like, every time I think, like, I don't even think about him like that, but when I do, I'm just disgusted, because he's so fake. Like, so fake. I got an example of some shit, right? This is for my 20 to 23 relationship. One time we was arguing, and he put his hands on me in his mom's house. He put his hands on me, right? Like, push me, you know, like that hard ass jerk. Pushing me hard as shit, right? Now, y'all know, if y'all got a MacBook Pro, this is my same laptop from when I was messing with him. And y'all already know, when you got a MacBook, it only opens like this, right? Look how far mine go back. That is a result of having an abusive boyfriend, and he would lie. Like, he would make me hide it, if that makes sense. Like, we was in his house arguing. He pushed me or did whatever physical thing he did to me. I fell on my laptop, and my whole laptop split in half. And when I say I wanted to react, I wanted to react. When I tell you that this boy said, be quiet before my mom hear you. Like, what? Like, this boy was the type that he had an image in front of this person, he had an image in front of this person, he had an image in front of this person. He really was the devil. Like, dead as was the devil. Now, I remember his story so more vividly, just because, I mean, I'm in mid-20s now. Like, I don't really remember the 17 stuff, but I remember how I felt, and I remember the feeling that guy made me feel, you know what I mean? So I'll go into more details with this relationship, just because it's more relevant to me. Okay, so let me tell y'all about a few more times where shit just went so far. So one time we went to a party in like Jersey or something, and I basically was in my feelings just because he was the type that was just very outgoing but wanted to be the center of attention when he really didn't need to be the center of attention. And I'm just the total opposite. I don't like to be the center of attention. I don't want everybody to know who I am. Like, I'm just not that type of person. So he basically got mad at the way that I felt. So we go outside to talk, and when I say he pushed me so fucking hard, y'all, so hard, I had blood clots. Oh, this is how he pushed me so hard to the fact that I fell backwards, like fell the fuck out. I had blood clots all in my hand. It was just really, really, really crazy. And I was in Jersey with him and with his friends. And listen to this, and this is another thing where I just do not understand men. I don't understand men. Y'all are so disgusting at sometimes. Like, it's just heartbreaking. Like, who fucking raised y'all? Anyway, while we out there, actually, I don't even think I was like that, because I already know, I've been through this so many times. I always know that I need to remain calm, don't say nothing smart. This is a shame. Like, it's really a shame that I had to lower myself. Anyway, he pushes me. I scrape up my hands and shit, and his friend is right there. Right there. And he just like, Kara, you good? Kara, you good? I'm like, no, he just hit me. He like, yo, boy. He like say his name. He like, you gotta chill, you gotta chill. And he just like, no, fuck that bitch, blah, blah, blah. She need to find a way home, blah, blah. And I'm just like, why though? All I'm saying is that I just want you to calm down, stop being the center of attention. It's not your party. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to, I don't know. I really don't know. You talk to them calmly, they get upset. You be hyped, they upset. Like, it's just, you just can't win with the abuser, for real, for real. Anyway, he tried to leave me, but of course he wasn't driving. We was driving with friends. So we get to his house or whatever, and I don't know if he had hit me again or something, or he was just being real disrespectful. But we get out the car, and he had to hit me. Yeah, I don't remember where he hit me or if he pushed me. I don't remember the exact physical transaction right then and there, but all I remember is me screaming at the top of my lungs, I'm gonna call the cops, I'm gonna call the cops, call 911, call 911, in the middle of the street. Like, I didn't care, because you're not gonna keep fucking hitting me. And like I told y'all, he fake as fuck. Of course he like, be quiet, I'm sorry, blah, blah, let's go in the house, I'm sorry, blah, blah. Like, flip the whole situation. I really don't understand why people sit and watch men abuse females. Like, a lot of people know that people are getting abused and they're not doing nothing. And I want people to stop. I want other females to stop judging women who talk about it, because you were not there. You don't know what transpired. And just because you think you know this man, he has a whole different side of it. Anyway, another situation is when he tried to kill himself and make me stay with him because of it. And that happened multiple times. We went to some bar on a double date with somebody, and we got into, I used to shut down a lot. That was my thing. Like, when I shut down, I won't talk, I won't do nothing. Like, I just shut down, and I could do it for hours. Like, I could sit with you for hours and not say one thing to you. It's some savage shit. Like, I can't teach it. It was just given to me. But it's a talent. Like, I dead ass could be around you for 10 hours straight and not say one thing to you at all. And that used to get up underneath his skin. So we end up leaving the bar with the couple, and he basically was in the car, like, going crazy. Legit going crazy. I actually had to call his mom and tell her, like, your son is scaring me. Like, it was just, I don't know. It was very, very crazy. He was the type that just, everybody used to think that we was just like this perfect couple. Oh, y'all broke up. Y'all was so cute together. Blah, blah. Little do you know, this nigga was beating me up. Like, This shit is crazy. We really wear these fake ass smiles, and nobody really be knowing the truth but the two people in that relationship. It's just really, really sad. So I don't really want to go into any more details, so I'm gonna just touch on some topics now, just so it could help somebody or anything like that, be how to move on after domestic violence situations. I would just say stay positive, always know your worth, and never let that man's weakness. He's a bitch. I'm gonna just say it. He's a bitch for putting his hands on you. Especially, I never defended myself in none of those none of what I just explained. Neither relationship, I never defended myself. And I used to hate when I used to tell girls my story, or not even girls, because a lot of people don't know what I've been through, but like when I told friends or something like that, and they'd be like, I never let a man do this to me and that to me, and I used to always just look at them and shake my head like, you don't know what you would do until you're in that position. You don't. These people that you spend every day with, these supposed to be your best friends. You share everything with this person, and this person is beating your ass. And you telling me that you would do what? What would you do? Everybody needs to keep, when it comes to domestic violence or anything in this type of situation, shut up. There's no reason for you to comment. If you've never been in the same situations, your opinion don't matter. It's irrelevant, sis. Don't say nothing. It really gets under my skin when I see people talking about domestic violence when they never been through it, because you really don't know. You don't know at all. So to move past domestic violence, I would just say you have to learn to accept and forgive these men. I forgive both of them. I really do. I forgive you guys. I want to say I hate you, but I feel like that's giving you too much power. So what I'm gonna do is I forgive you. Like, that's all I can say. Another thing is when to get out. The first situation, I feel like I got out, but I lingered the situation on. So I didn't really get out the relationship until like 3 years after I had got the restraining order on and stuff on him. So I would just say to when to know when to get out is like up to you. And I feel like having somebody that you can communicate with to just let off everything that's going. Like, my best friend knows every situation that I have ever been in. She's the person that I went and told everything to once it happened. I've had bruises on my body and I sent them to her. Like, and she's the only person. Like, she knows every single last thing. So if you just have somebody that you can just talk to, that's number one to get out of it, because it's very hard to leave the situation, especially when you're comfortable, and then you try to like normalize it. Like, I tried to normalize the situation and there's nothing normal about it. So make sure you have somebody to talk to. You cannot do this by yourself. This is not something that you could just overcome by yourself. Physically, men are stronger than us, so that's number one. We will never win unless we're like picking up something and defending ourselves. But like I said again, but we're usually so like astonished by the fact that this man hit us that we're just taken back. I feel like the first time the guy puts his hands on you, you should get out. And that's 20-something me telling you guys this, because 17-year-old me, like I already said, went back and didn't know when to get out. But 20-something me will definitely say, if it happens once, get the fuck out, because it definitely will happen 2, 3, 4, 5 times. It really will. And guys love to tell you, I'm sorry, I will never do this again, I will never do this again. But my second situation or relationship happened about 3 to 4 times, and from the first time he said he would never do it again, and he did it the second time, he did it the third time. So they will do it no matter what. Do not believe when they say I'm sorry and stuff like that, because if you never meant to do it, you should have never done it. I didn't hit you, so so this video is probably all over the place, and I'm so sorry, but this was just very emotional to talk about. I thought I kind of was ready to get behind this camera and talk about it, but I don't think I really was. I really don't think I was ready to talk about this, but I just feel the need that I need to share that, like, I've been through it too. I don't know if you've been through it, but I'm here. And if you ever need a hug or anybody to talk to that's been through this, I'm right here to talk to. Please just feel free to email me, social media, anything. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I hope that I touch someone's heart and help somebody out the situation that they're in right now. I really want to start a foundation for domestic violence women, just because when I was younger, I felt as though I didn't have somebody older to talk to. Like, for some reason, I didn't want to go talk to my mom, but my mom is my best friend. She always been my best friend. I don't know. Certain things I just wasn't comfortable with talking to her about. Like, I feel like I still never had a conversation with her about this stuff. Like, I don't know. It's just very weird. It's just a hard topic to talk about. So I'm just really proud of myself for even, like, trying to record this and share my stories with you guys. Yeah, but I do want to start a foundation for domestic violence women. Just somewhere where if you're ready to go and you can get out, this is the place that you could go. I don't know. If you have any ideas on how to start a foundation or anything like that, please comment down below and let me know. And I'll catch y'all in my next video. Bye.